The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Wants to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Okay.
Examine her carefully?
Oh no,
like
please, Afumi.
using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
Oh god, that's going really pervy.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Noah? Are you there? Noah, there's something else you might want to know. I saw it coming. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if the game would do something like that. But well, okay. So that's how.
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
So that's why she had to fill her whole body. So that's how she got into the boys' locker room, but then how did she get into the girls'? Can she be both? Can she? I don't know what the rules are with Monokumo is. So she obviously identifies as a girl, but she has male genitals. Like she is a girl, but she has male genitals. So does that mean she can go into both rooms? We'll have to wait for Monokumo to clear it up.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Gender fluid, yeah, she's gender fluid.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Okay, so Chihiro was a guy. But was she? I'm not sure how to react, so we'll just try and get through it. I mean, this is, what, 9 years old? A bit behind the times? A bit insensitive, maybe?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Right, and well, I mean, what I'm trying to work out is, was Chihiro born a male, but then was a female? Like, if you asked Chihiro, are you a girl or a boy, what would they say? Would they say, oh, I'm a boy? Is it just that no one ever asked them, are you a boy or a girl? So maybe she just looks like a girl. Or they just look like a girl. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should stop speaking.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, now I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Why?
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Okay, thank you, Robin. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
suppose at the end of the day we don't know Chihira's preferred pronouns.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
That was interesting.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Oh god, Curveballs is putting it lightly. The twists and turns, I feel like I'm on a Danganronpa roller coaster. I haven't got my seatbelt on. It's mad. No, I wasn't expecting Chihiro to be male like at any point ever. And then it flashed in my head when they like just a second ago. But how else could she have got into the boys' locker room? Well, she could be a boy. But it's like the last thing you think of. Oh, it's pretty fun to play. It's really good.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Yeah, it can still be your wife, Noah. And so it looks like Chihiro was hiding it. Okay. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought would never even cross my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Man, I wish we could go into Chihiro's room, because imagine if you go in there and then you notice, oh, but Chihiro hasn't got a lock on their bathroom door. Then maybe then that could plant the seed, but they didn't leave any sort of clues, I don't think.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Wow, that
the
is
victim was
crazy.
killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Right, so this is how we know, what's his name? Bayaku, I can't remember his name, but you know, the posh dude. He didn't, I reckon he's an accomplice, and I don't think he killed, because it must have taken a girl to move Chihiro into the girls' locker room. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe he did kill her and there's a girl accomplice.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Oh, okay, no, that makes it clearer. Okay, forget what I just said.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is a most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Not all of them, I'd say, dude.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Yeah, I think that for some reason.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Oh god.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Right, so if it's not Byakuya and it's not Genocide Jill, who the hell is it?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
I'm trying to think what truth bullets I have left.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... Killer... I think the killer is the girl. Oh no. Right, okay. Right, it's our first heart we've lost. It's not too bad. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, of course, it's the killer is a guy. Because that's where Chihiro was originally killed. Shit, what a waste of a heart.
I got it!
You get half back already. You'll beat their ass. I can't wait to see how they die, or who it is. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. Oh, I know. It's probably because I've been streaming for like 5 hours. It might have something to do with it. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Right, okay. Yeah, that was a stupid one though. At least we got half back. Oh, Celeste's account. I remember this.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Where's her bag? That she
Perhaps
took?
someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is
any kind of new info.
Oh shit, did I get it wrong? Oh crap. Okay, that's fine.
Isn't there a single clue that, well, did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
And only the killer.
That one I should have done. Oh,
No,
well, we're
that's
surviving.
wrong.
That's what I love though, seeing how they die. It sounds...
I believe
sound like
someone
such a
else
psycho.
did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
I wonder if it's him.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Yeah, that's got to be important.
It seems
surely.
likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Yeah, that he's male.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
It's not Mono, is it? The biker dude. Mondo. Because he made that promise to be nice to them afterwards. So maybe they confided in him after that?
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get through that part.
What a marvelous friendship!
I know. Don't want to get caught up too much because I don't know if any of this is offensive to anyone. It makes me worry.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Yeah, they must. Yeah, exactly. They must have. They were female, for all intents and purposes. And now they're just calling her him. So I don't know if to call Chihiro him now, or call him her, or maybe just call it they, for seeing as it's a fictional character and I will never know. Just play along, yeah.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
I do.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Yeah, I'm with you now.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Oh god. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing here. What truth bullet am I using? Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Do we know that?
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because
really
it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
I got a clue on this one.
No way. Not a chance.
Oh,
You
I
heard
got a
him, right?
clue.
What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where
it's
Chihiro
blue, the
He was
blue
on his
thing.
way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean,
I got it! He picked that. It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're... The killer was wearing the
Same blue tracksuit as him?
It was Mondo.
No, that's wrong.
It was Mondo. No.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed off to exercise. Didn't say nothing
She never
about the
said
colour.
anything about the jacket's color. So why did you
I
say
liked him.
Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh, is he lying now?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
Was it late at night, was it? She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's him. I'm gutted. I liked him.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Really? Oh my god, I never ever picked up on that.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
That's mad if that's true, which I imagine it is.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine if someone played this for the first time and picked up on that. They'd make the best detective ever.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem.
Wait, so it's not him?
It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
Hmm? What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... Chihiro.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Yeah, Tom, we met Genocide Jill. Jack and Jill. This class trial is crazy.
And yet, this one does appear
Can't
to be
believe it.
broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
So we've got Genocide Jill, we've got Chihiro was actually male. Looks like it might be Mondo. Noah's waifu is a husbando.
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak
got
point.
it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
How was your evening, Tom? I can't believe I'm still streaming this.
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
Yeah, what was
But
it?
if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Yes.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Yeah, I mean, I was meant to stop streaming like an hour and 20 minutes ago, so I've gone over. If this was like a normal stream day, then I wouldn't be on it so far. It would have been Tuesday. But yeah, we're doing alright. We got loads of truth bullets in the investigation pretty quickly.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
Whoa.
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long,
Thank you, Robin.
it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Appreciate the follow, Robin. Very kind of you. Okay, so when it's exposed to high temperatures for... Oh! And Mondo was in the sauna. He was in the sauna, wasn't he? Of course he was.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
And he kept his clothes on in there.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yeah, that was the biggest curveball. In fact, Mondo being the killer is a curveball as well. It set it way up for being Genocide Jill and I can't never remember his name.
It's
Oh my
because
God.
as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Oh, I never knew that. That's new.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
So how did Leon's break?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Yeah, you can still nothing. Chihiro can still be your waifu, and there's no problem at all. Well, apart from they're dead, that's the biggest problem. Their gender, that's not even a problem at all. The fact that they've been hitting the head with a dumbbell and strung up by an extension lead, that's a bit of a problem, Noah. So you might have to find a new favourite.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
Yeah, of
I
course.
think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Not you. It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... Oh, it was beautiful Mondo. Oh my dude, come on. Why you gotta do that to me? You was my favourite. Not my favourite. One of my favourites.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Come on, dude. Surely you can see
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
Yeah, I think this. What is so brilliant about this class trial is now that we know that Genocide Jack is a full-on serial killer, but they didn't kill in this instance. That's crazy to me. That we're going to leave this trial, hopefully, and that there's going to be a killer amongst us. It's mad.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
Thanks for the quote. Right, he would
I don't
kill.
accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. I did? What did I find? Is there 41 quotes? No way. Oh shit, I don't know what the... I can't remember how you flick through.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I ain't got a clue. Oh, really, Tom? I didn't know that. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, then that'll show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be...
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then
So
Mondo,
Mondo's got Chihiro's
you
one.
broke your own handbook.
In other words, if then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Makoto was wrong after all!
That was wrong.
Shoot!
Fuck.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, you broke your own hand.
In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Makoto was wrong.
Do
Mondo
I have
wouldn't
to hit
hurt a
it-
fly!
Do I have to hit the broken handbook with that one?
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn
handbook works just fine.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, I really didn't understand that bit, but we got through it, so it's okay.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Quote's quite a good feature. It's making me laugh here.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
Yeah, because Leon had never been anywhere hot, so that makes sense.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
You can usually tell if they're knowers because they got good grammar.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Who was I saying, speaking about the tram to? You sure I didn't mean train? Was I speaking to Gemma? That you're on the train? Oh, Daisy, you need milking. Isn't that?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
No, because Leon's dead, so he wasn't alone.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Cool.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
No, it's just Gemma's not coming home tonight, Goomba, so I thought might as well stream forever. I meant to finish about 9 o'clock, but this class trial is too interesting. I can't rest until we beat this one. Which I think we're near the end of, though.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
He's angry.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
What quote are you looking for, Noah? Wait, when did someone add that quote?
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Oh man, you enjoying Sixth Form now on the whole, Goomba?
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, the comic bit, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about this. Right, so Chihiro went to the storage room, saw Celeste. She was like, what are you doing? Going to the gym. So then she tucked... She tucked her thing in the bag. Yeah, so she saw the tracksuit, so she tucked it in. See, you gotta go. Right, and then you'll see Chihiro going into the boys. Oh man. Maybe? So then the killer opened the door. Chihiro saw him. Wait, but Mondo was already there. Mondo was already there. So maybe that's not right. Quote 9, is that... Oh, that one. Yes, that's what you wanted. Right, she goes into the boys. Oh! And does that. To show that she can get into it. She goes in, she sees Mondo sitting there. Puts her stuff in the locker. Turns around. He's doing weights. Turns around there. That there. I don't know. I think if you mouse or click, oh, it'll give you. Oh yeah, you're right. I should be taking the hint, shouldn't I? I've done the same thing with the first case. I kept forgetting about the hints. So the murder took place. Some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? Oh, so this is the poster. Thank you, Robin. That's a great help. I totally forgot to do all that. So let's maybe review what we've done already, just to be safe, because I don't really want to get this wrong. Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse with a duffel bag, and yeah, I'm still convinced that's right. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. Oh, so that goes here. Oh wait, no, it's this. Oh wait, no, that's the book. Oh god, I don't know on this one. Hang on. Which locker room did Chihiro go into? The boys. I think that might be it. Maybe. The weapon the killer used was... I think that's right. Yeah, and he's looking at it, oh crap, what have I done? Then he rolled her up in the carpet, okay. To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. That? This is so tough, this comic. Oh my god. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls. Oh, this can't be right here. Or can it? The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. Oh, this one's really tough compared to the other one. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it. That, you put it back up, right? And you put her down. So now we're in the girls' locker room. That's the boys' locker room, now we're in the girls' locker room. And this is what's his face comes in. What was it that he brought to the murder scene? It must have been the extension cable. When Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? I mean, what did he use to disguise? I don't know what he means by that. Putting blood on the wall? Where did the killer go after they were done? To the sauna. When the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what happened to it? It like exploded. Oh, I don't think this is right. So let's work backwards what we do think is right. I'm like 50% on that one. I think that's got to be right. I'm not sure. It just shows the door opening. He's opened the sauna door, lobbed it in, and it's burnt. I think this has to be bloodlust because bloodlust is showing there. And it's like he's wiping blood there to do it. He walked in with the extension cable, we know that. I think this might be wrong. Unless that's meant to be Chihiro's hand. So I think that's right. Then he went into the girls one. He took down the poster. Don't feel right about this one. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. That might be better.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
We've done it.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
I mean, if you get it wrong, does it not let you do this bit? I don't know.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Awesome, thank you, Robin. So we got it, nice. I think that, so that change I made at the end, it had to be done. That was the wrong part. Awesome.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh! Oh, right, so I could... Shit, I'm an idiot. I thought you meant it stopped me on this screen. So what shows that she's a boy? It's gotta be that. Was I right
Here's
the first
exactly
time?
what happened.
Oh, right, okay.
With bag in hand, she made her... But how could the victim, who...
Oh, we was right originally. What a dope. I messed it up.
Simple.
Oh well.
Because she
No harm,
was
no
really
foul.
a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Yeah, why? Why did he kill her then? Or... Oh, God.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Yeah, he's a massive dick. This Togami sack. Why did he do all this? I mean, surely he's becoming an accomplice to Mondo by doing this, right? If I was the bear, I'd be like, actually, I'm going to kill you as well because you've both been found out. Oh no! Oh crap! Where did the killer go after they were done? Yeah?
The killer is you!
Oh, that was close.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Oh my god, look at him, that portrait.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
God, that was such a tough comic book.
Yeah. Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Oh, a new element's been added. Let's learn about it. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Oh, okay. So you can press A or Y, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. This only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? Yeah, there's a bit more to learn. So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. The opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle. The tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. So that means we'd miss everything. If we hit mega time, whatever it's called, if we hit the good tempo time, I can't remember the terms already, but if we hit the good one while the opponent's using the bad one, then we're going to miss everything, aren't we? Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Okay, well then, good luck and have fun. Right, I think I can do this one. It's been so long. Oh, so it's him we got to convince.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Don't know if I even need it.
I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
How does it last for?
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
How do I get rid of this stuff? Fuck. What the hell? No. No. Wait. How? No. Do I get to retry? Please let me retry. Oh no. Wait, they voted me.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Oh my god, okay. Thank god. No. So I don't know where I went wrong there. I thought I was doing okay. Obviously not. Maybe I'll try and use my time during his nega time.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt.
I did it?
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Yeah, I saw that he used nega time, and I thought I was keeping my timing okay,
Thinking
even
so
without
far
seeing
is
him.
right,
But obviously I messed it up. At least we got in that time, so it's not too bad.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Oh, man. A confession. I don't think we've done very good here, though. It's gonna start going to D's and E's or whatever. C. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we got 80 coins again, though. That's not too bad.
Bro? Bro! What are you saying?
This class trial has taken us nearly 2 hours. I started at about 8
I got
o'clock.
no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
Last one takes 4. Oh my god, okay, cool, thank you. Because you can't save during these class trials, which is a bit annoying, can you? Oh, you can save here. Oh, okay. It must be the bullet. The truth bullet bits you can't save. No way, Toko is my mum? I can't believe it, Kank. I thought she was. Does that mean Genocide Jack is my dad? Right.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
We know who it is, unfortunately. I really liked Mondo. He was a cool dude. Welcome, by the way, Can. God, poor dude.